All right, looks like when it's a lot quieter now, you can tell. When it gets up to 80% charge, it cuts back on its maximum charging rate from 10 amps to, looks like 600 watts. So even though I have the app set at 1200. So we're going to change this app now to just be 500, which is the same amount of power. Actually, we'll just try, we'll try 600. That's a little more than the power of the, so we'll try 550. Actually, we're just going to use 500 because if the power goes out and it comes back on, then we only want it pulling as much wattage as the printer uses. Should better be a little bit more, yeah, okay. So we'll go 600. That should be fine. All right, so 600 watts. Let's see if it changes now for us. Yeah. We just got the message. All right, so it's trying 600 watts. So now the printer is running, is finished its print. So before I start the next print, I'm going to plug the printer into this, but we're going to be doing a little special way here. So this EcoFlow can do a 30 millisecond swap from AC power to power supply, which for something that's basically a computer like this 3D printer, that's not fast enough. So I've been using this APC UPS here. It's got 550 watts, so it can run. I've had power go out and it can run the printer for about 5 minutes, which is better than nothing. But if I plug this into the EcoFlow, then if this takes 30 milliseconds to switch, this will have enough power to easily power the printer during those 30 milliseconds. And then this will think the power is still on because it'll be getting power from here. So, and then when the power comes back on, this can recharge and so forth. And so we're putting a UPS that's for computers basically in between the EcoFlow Delta II and our 3D printer. So it's just going to live over here, and we're going to get power from the wall over here, and then we're just going to plug all this stuff into the EcoFlow 2. So I'll set it up and then we'll try it out. All right, once I remember to turn on the AC power, I could actually start powering my equipment. So this was off when I plugged everything in. So then the UPS lasted 5 minutes, and then the printer turned off. So turn everything back on, and this is still charging up at a 600 watt level. It's just going to live over here. Make sure there's enough clearance here for the fans to work. Looks like it pulls in cool air from here and puts out hot air on this side. So let's make sure there's enough clearance over here for it to get out. So let's look at the app. So the app is using Bluetooth, so you have to be close to it. Forget where. So it's pulling. That's what the printer is doing. It was up to 300 watts for a while. Also got this fan running to keep the air circulation going. But printer's up to temperature now, so it's going to you know, go on and off as it needs power. So I think when I measured earlier with a watt meter, the printer normally takes about 300 watts at most to run. So it's 500, rated 500, but so you got to keep this close to get it to work. So that's interesting. In any case, things are working now. So we're going to start my print up, and we're running off of the EcoFlow now. So the EcoFlow is connected to the wall socket. And then it's connected. The EcoFlow goes to this UPS so we can get fast switching when the power goes out. And then it goes to the printer. So that's the first usage we have for this. The second usage I'll go over next. So this is the day-to-day usage. So this is going to be working all the time. I guess the unit shuts off automatically if there's no power being drawn, I think. So we'll see if I need to come and turn that AC power switch on each time. I'll have to remember that, obviously. All right, so the EcoFlow Delta II is now charged up to 100%, and as you'd expect now, the input is about equal to the output. So 3D printer is pulling about 200, let's see, I have a nice little graph up there. I just noticed that. About 260 watts, somewhere between, it goes down to 150. Depends on what is heating the print head or the print bed. And then the EcoFlow is pulling about the same with some lag from the wall. So it's flowing through here. Again, it's going through the UPS to protect the printer from power outages, so it can keep running with no interruption. And it's happily printing away. So that's great. It was a good investment so far. It'll be a better investment if the power ever goes off, which we're going through a big series of storms in California right now, and so far we haven't lost power, but it could happen any minute. We'll see. Okay, one thing to remember if you're using it in the configuration I am, where you have the EcoFlow going to a UPS, is if there's not enough power draw, this is going to shut down the AC power. So every morning when I start it up, I got to turn this on. And last night I had to remember to turn off the UPS, otherwise it would just drain out, because these plugs that are in it will drain a little bit of power. So it's just a part of the procedure now. At night I shut off the UPS because I don't really need to run anything here unless I'm doing an overnight print. And then in the morning I got to turn on the EcoFlow. So it's not a big deal. Something to remember to do, part of the procedure. Start our procedure every day. And then we're in business. We can turn the printer on. Now, if we are running overnight, of course, it's going to be fine. It's going to keep drawing power, so the EcoFlow will stay on. All right, so we're ready for today's print. Prints, 2 prints usually a day. And so far the EcoFlow has been working great. Haven't had any power outages, so we don't really know what it's going to do, but I'm confident it's going to work if we ever lose power. Okay, it's been a couple weeks and everything's been working smoothly. Got a print going right now. And the EcoFlow hasn't given me any problems. Super solid. Now I did mention, the first night it did shut off at night. And then the next few nights I was turning the UPS off and letting this shut off on its own. But then I forgot a couple times and it seems like it stays on. So it may be that I'm not sure what happened the first nights. Something happened. But these things are all plugged in like they normally are. So perhaps the UPS was drawing a little more power than it used to, or something. So in any case, I haven't had to turn everything off every night, which is again kind of a pain in the morning to turn everything on. It's not a big deal, but it's easier just to say, okay, I'm done. Anyway, so the EcoFlow 2, so it's operating as it was before. The input is slightly bigger than the output, and the printer's using 216 watts right now. So anyway, I'm really happy with this. And then what we're going to do next is see how we can use it when in an actual emergency to power appliances in the house. So that's our next segment of this review. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Post a comment if you have any questions or ideas, and I'll try to respond. That's all for now, but more videos are coming, and if you want to see them, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification icon if you don't want to miss one. This is Beta Cygni signing out, and keep looking up.